Hey everyone, this is George from YouTube channel Uncanny George, and this is a new episode of Cool Finds. On Cool Finds, I talk about all the cool things I find and why I like them. The first item on my Cool Finds list is this Fantastic Four Jack Kirby tribute card. So what I like to do is I'll go on eBay and I'll purchase sometimes you can find huge lots of trading cards and they'll sell them really cheap for like 20 bucks. So that's how I found this trading card. I believe it's the Jack Kirby tribute card line. It's just such a dynamic image of the Fantastic Four. So it's definitely one of my favorite trading cards. Fantastic Four has always been one of my favorite comic books. One of my favorite things is just to go through the lots and see what I found. There's a bunch of other cards I'll be showing too, but I wanted to share this one because I think it's so cool because it is a tribute card to Jack Kirby and it does feature his illustrations. And so that's the first cool find on my Cool Finds list. The next item on my Cool Finds list is a PlayStation 2 game. It is Ultimate Alliance Special Edition. Ultimate Alliance is a really fun game. It's actually one of my favorite games. I really enjoyed playing it and I thought it was a lot of fun, and I didn't even know they had a special edition for this. So when I saw this at a Half Price Books for $5.99, I went ahead and picked it up. What's cool about this edition is I believe it has extra characters, and it does include an extra bonus disc. And as you can see inside, it was intact when I purchased it. You can see the booklet, the disc, and here's this special bonus disc also. So I just thought this was really cool because I hadn't played the special edition, so I went ahead and picked it up. I'm a huge fan of this series of Marvel games. I think they're a lot of fun, so that is another cool find. The third item on my Cool Finds list was actually a really cool gift for my sister-in-law Myra, and it is actually the Star Wars Captain Phasma Funko Pop figure. This one has bobblehead action. I thought that was awesome that my sister-in-law thought of me and got me this really cool figurine of Captain Phasma. I hadn't actually started collecting these Funko Pops, but I think it's really cool. It's a nice quality figurine. I do like the bobblehead action, so I just thought it was really cool. Captain Phasma is one of the coolest newer characters, and so this is just a really cool figurine. It actually sits on my bookshelf now. And here's the box. There's the other collectibles from Funko Pop. So thank you, Myra. This is a really cool figurine. Definitely a new treasured part of my collection. The next item on my Cool Finds list is another Pokemon card. It is the Flying Pikachu Pokemon card. In my previous Cool Finds list, I've named two other Pokemon cards, and this is another one. As I mentioned before, I purchased a big lot from Goodwill. I got it for like 30 bucks, and there were a lot of really cool cards in that lot. So I've really gotten back into Pokemon cards. I just think they're really cool. Some of them have really cool art. I still really like Pokemon cards quite a bit. And so when I opened the binder and I found this card, I just thought it was really cool. Again, I don't know much about the newer cards. I know a lot about the base set. I have a lot of the base set, but I believe this is a different card set. It does say promo, and it just has really cool Pikachu art. He's basically flying tied to some balloons, and I really love the art on this card, but I just thought this was such a cool find because I really do like Pikachu, and I just think this card's really cool. So that's another really cool find. The fifth item on my Cool Finds list is actually this Y the Last Man number 60. Y the Last Man is actually one of the greatest comic book series ever. If you haven't heard about it, if you haven't read, you should really check it out because it is really a phenomenal story. But this is the final issue of that story, and there's been a lot of speculation in the past that this comic book might be adapted to either film or television. I've been collecting because it is such a really good story. I found this book at a Half Price Books and I paid $2.50 for it, which I think is a really good price. This is the final issue of the story, and I'm not going to spoil anything for you here. You really should read the series because this is a really great series, and I think if it does get picked up for television or film, it's really going to show people how great the comic book is. It's going to show people that comics really have a lot to offer, just like The Walking Dead and just like all the other adaptations that have done so well in film and television. So for me, this is just another really cool find that I was happy to pick up. The sixth item on my Cool Finds list is this Batman Superman number 1. I've really been finding a lot more New 52 books. I guess people are just letting go of their New 52 collections, and one of the books I picked up was this one, Batman Superman #1. And I really like the Jay Lee cover artwork. I just think it's really cool. I've always thought his artwork is just really haunting, but also really beautiful and interesting. With Batman and Superman, there's really usually not that much of a supernatural element to it, but if you look closely, you can see there's sort of like demon-like figures at the bottom. Jay Lee's known for his very stylistic and darker choices with his illustrations, and I just think this is such a cool cover. So I actually picked this up at Half Price Books, and I got it for like $1.50, and it's in really great shape. I'm really happy about this pickup, and it's another Batman Superman book. I was a huge fan of World's Finest back in the day. I like when they team up a lot. I think they make it a really interesting comic book tag team, and so whenever they join up or whenever they team up, it's always a big deal for me, and I really enjoy it when they team up. So that's why I picked up this book. This is a really cool find, and I'm really happy to add it to my collection. The number 7 item on my cool finds list is The Walking Dead number 79. I've had other Walking Dead issues on my cool finds list. I'm a big Walking Dead fan. I really enjoy the comic book a lot. I like the show, but I love the comic. And so whenever I see Walking Dead books, I usually pick them up. This book I actually picked up at Half Price Books. The original price was $4. There was a 20% off sale, so I actually got this for $3.20. And this is just kind of an earlier issue. I rarely see Walking Dead books at like Half Price Books or Hastings or anywhere else, and so whenever I see them, I usually pick them up. And I really like this Charlie Adler cover. You can see these guys surrounded by zombies. It's just a really cool cover, and so I'm really happy to add it to my collection. I really think this is another cool find. And the number 8 item on my cool finds list is Ultimate Spider-Man number 6. When I was growing up, I just thought Ultimate Spider-Man was one of the coolest things I'd ever read. I really liked that they rebooted it, but he stayed really close to his original roots. It was more of like a modern update. They didn't destroy the past history, they just kind of built on it, and I really enjoyed that about this book. I wasn't able to collect the earlier issues, so whenever I find them, I usually pick them up. I actually picked this one up at a Half Price Books for $1.50, and I just thought it was a really good price. These earlier books seem to be harder to find. I know the Ultimate Universe just kind of ended recently, so I've been seeing more Ultimate books on the shelves. I guess people are getting rid of their Ultimate collections, but for me, I really enjoy these stories. For me, this is something I've always wanted to add to my collection. This is another really awesome Spider-Man comic book find, and I'm really happy to add it to the collection. The number 9 item on my cool finds list is this Gotham City Sirens #1. I think Batman is a really awesome character, but I think what also makes Batman really awesome is that he has a ton of villains who are also really awesome, and they just make him look even better. For me, I think the villains can be just as interesting as Batman himself, and so that's why I picked up this book, because I actually do like the villains a lot. I'm a big fan of Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Catwoman, and so Gotham City Sirens is actually where they team up. So for me, when I saw this, it was a no-brainer, and I went ahead and picked it up. This is the second printing of the book, but I actually like this printing more. I actually really like the red background. I think it looks really cool. So I was really happy to pick this up. I love the cover illustration. I just think it's gorgeous. And so that's one of the other reasons why I picked it up. It's a really awesome cover illustration. I actually picked this up at Half Price Books. I paid $1.50 for it. I think it's a great find. The last item on my cool finds list is really interesting because for a long time it was kind of like a dollar book. It was really easy to find and it wasn't really considered anything too special. But this character has really been gaining a lot of steam. With Arrow, he's a recurring villain on Arrow, and he's been a recurring villain with the Teen Titans and DC animated films, and now it's actually been announced that he's probably going to be the main villain in the Ben Affleck Batman film that's coming out soon. So the number 10 item on my cool finds list is this Deathstroke the Terminator #1. So like I mentioned earlier, there's really a lot of heat around this character right now. He's always been really cool. What's significant about this issue is this is actually his first solo series. Most supervillains don't get their own solo series, so that's what's really significant about this character. Him, the Joker, They're kind of some of the only villains who really get their own series, maybe Doctor Doom. So I'm really excited about this book because it is really cool. I'm really excited about the character. I think there are a lot of big things in store for Deathstroke, and I'm really excited to see what happens in the Ben Affleck Batman film. And so I think this is just a really cool book that I'm happy to have. I actually found this book at a garage sale. I paid like $1 for it. I think there's going to be a lot more interest in this book in the days to come. So this is just another really cool find. So that was another episode of Cool Finds. I really like doing these videos. I have a lot of fun doing them, and I hope you have a lot of fun watching them. If you have suggestions, if you have your own cool finds you want to share, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. And as always, thank you for watching.